This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Chris. You checking in, man. B-Dot versus Cortez is obviously the talk of the net, man. If you ain't copped the pay-per-view, make sure you do. It's definitely a good battle, man. It's definitely thought-provoking. It's like one of the deepest provoking type shit I've seen Cortez write. B-Dot switched up his style, so he shows you a whole different element of what he's bringing, man. Really, really good battle. Some niggas got Cortez 2-1. Some niggas got B-Dot 2-1. From what I'm hearing a little bit more B-Dot 2-1, but you know, I talked to Cortez last night. He obviously feels like he won the battle 2-1. He feels like he made B-Dot switch up his style. And it sounds like he wanted to give B-Dot the third round, and he took the first two. But I gave Cortez the first, and I gave B-Dot the last two, and that's why I called it. But without further ado, man, let's just get B-Dot on the phone. What up, man? Unbiased. You checking in, man? We live with B-Dot. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, I'm great. How you feeling, brother?
Everything good, man. How you feel about the battle, man? Now you've had a chance to go through it and everything, looking back at it, like, what did you think of Cortez's material versus your material?
I thought Cortez was dope, man. I thought that first round was fire. Definitely said some things that I would say to myself. You know, he definitely had some good strategy in that first round. I just felt like it wasn't as impactful, of course, because I switched the whole program, you know. And maybe if I would have came as usual, as he probably thought I was going to come, then that first would have been even more hard. But it was hard, though. But I still think that first may be debatable. But, you know, he might have edged that first, and then I thought I got the second and the third.
Now, you talked about changing your style versus what you thought Cortez may think you were doing. Did you do that because of Cortez and what you thought he may do, or did you just want to talk about something totally different?
I already had this whole thing mapped out. It would have been for anybody. Anybody would have caught that. You know what I'm saying? Like any other potential battlers that I was talking about going up against, whether it was Tink and Verb and all those other names, I would have came with this approach because everybody would have came with the same approach Cortez took. Like everybody would have tried to talk to me like why you preaching to us? We real street niggas, yada yada yada. So I wanted to show that I'm from that same element too. Probably even more so than y'all. Like really from that element. So I wanted to make that point and tie it all together with the consciousness.
Okay. Why didn't you ever accept the 4-minute challenge? I know you addressed it at the end of the first round, but was there any particular reason why you didn't do it?
I didn't respect it. And first and foremost, I wanted to, when I accepted the battle, I was happy about the 2 minutes and 30 seconds because I wanted to prove all y'all wrong. I don't know if you were included in this, but the majority of y'all was saying B-Dot can't get busy in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I was like, let me show y'all what I could do. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to show that I could get busy. And then, you know, on top of that, I'm just not about to just fold to another man's, you know, stipulations. Like he about to just come tell me what I can and can't do and try to issue me a challenge like that. I wasn't having that regardless. So it wasn't a smart move for me. It was good strategy for him. You know, because then he would have been able to prepare knowing that he's going last. I mean, yeah, that would have been good strategy for him. But I didn't feel that worked in my favor because I didn't want to go 4-minute rounds anyways.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you watched my recap, but I actually defended your second round. I just felt like it was a veteran move that I see a lot of battle rappers doing where they get the majority of the material off. Were you about to choke or what? Take me to the end of your second round.
I definitely was about to choke. I did have one bar left, but what happened was when I said the whole Jim Jones Cameron scheme, I personally thought that shit was fire, and I was surprised that the energy in the room didn't go crazy for that bar. So I think that threw me off. Like I was like, oh shit, they didn't feel that bar, and I was just like, time. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I didn't know my next shit. I had like 2 more bars. I had like this little fucking, what was the scheme? It was like a little Snapchat scheme that I had. It was next. It probably would have been cool, but I thought I did enough. And my round was up. I had like 10 seconds left, you know what I mean? Respecting the 2 minute and 30 time frame with like a 30-second leeway. So I only had like, as far as me timing myself at home and shit, I had like 10 seconds left. So I was just like, fuck it. I was like, fuck it, it don't even matter. Hold on, my son over here wilding. Chill out, brother. So yeah, I just felt like it didn't even matter, you feel me? So I cut it short right there and called time. But that definitely wasn't no choke, man. I see people trying to say, oh, he choked, but it wasn't like no choke like that. Definitely not.
Now, I noticed you kind of stayed away from social media, didn't really do it. You know, I tried to interview you before. So take me through this whole writing process. How long did it take you to write and remember your rhymes for Cortez? And are you really that focused? Like you just kind of tune everything out before when you know going into a battle? Or was it this just as big of a battle that you needed to do that for?
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing was putting the same amount of time and preparation into 3 weeks as I would do into 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Danny's battle was 5 months preparation, so I wanted to put that same type of energy and focus into 3 weeks. And I don't write my shit down on paper. Like I just write it all in my head and memorize it. So when I finally knew it was Cortez, because first it was supposed to be Chilla. So first they said Chilla, and then they said, well, Chilla wants to battle Jonai, so who else? Then I said Cortez, and then they booked, once they finally booked Cortez, I finished my rounds like the next day. I had my 3 rounds like in about 2 days. I was done, you feel me? And so I was just going over my shit just to tweak shit and just to memorize it and really feel it and make sure I rap with conviction. So that's why I really was locked in, because I just wanted to make sure I felt what I was saying. So I was locked in. I was logging off. I wasn't trying to hear nobody's opinions and no little trolls and nothing like that, man. I just wanted to lock in and make sure I give the same type of energy and the same type of style and the same type of overall performance that I did for Danny. And I was like, yo, that took me 5 months. This is 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks, like 2.5. I really got to buckle down, man, and put the same amount of energy in. So I made sure I did that.
I hear a lot of battle rappers saying that they don't write their raps down anymore. I mean, it's starting to be something I hear a few battle rappers say more than I ever heard before. Like, how is that possible with what material that you actually bring?
It's easier because you're creating muscle memory, meaning when you're coming up with the bar as you're walking around your house or however you do it, the hand gestures and your movements correlate with the words. It actually helps you remember better. That's some battle rap tips for anybody out there. If you're sitting down writing, you're not performing while you're writing. So you're coming up with dope shit, but you're not performing it. And that's why a lot of the guys with the best pens in the game, they lack performance. Because they're like robotic. You know, they sitting down and coming up with these triple, double entendres, and they crafting it all down and writing it down like a mad scientist, and then they get up there in front of the camera and look like robots. You gotta feel what you're saying. You feel me? So for me, I just walk around the house and I just come up with lines and I just connect them shits together and intertwine them shits together and just walk around the house just vibing with that shit and moving and sweating. I even turn the temperature up in the crib. I make the crib hot, like I'm in the bunker or I'm at LA Battlegrounds. You feel me? I give myself that same vibe, and that not only does that help me come up with better bars, it just helps me remember my shit and feel my shit with conviction. You feel me?
Okay. You know I gotta touch on the URL shit, man, real briefly. I know the last time me and you spoke, you was talking about battling on Born Legacy 4. You was throwing around Tink the Demon's name or whatever last time we spoke. What really happened at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, I was really looking forward to do the performance that I did last night. I was really looking forward to doing that performance in LA regardless. And I was really excited, when I was talking to URL around that time. The talk was that they was going to do a December event in LA. You feel me? So I was really excited about that. I don't know if it was going to be called Born Legacy 4. I don't know what they was going to do. But we was talking about doing something in LA. And then it didn't go down. And so my idea was, well, shit, King of the Dot is about to do they reached out to me for an LA card with nothing but LA guys on it. And all of us was excited about this. Like Geechee Gotti, Dre Vicious, Yak the Ripper, Ron Compton. All of us was very excited about having a big event. Finally, a big event on our coast where we feel like people are going to pay attention to us. So we looked at this like a big deal. So for me, I was like, yo, when I was talking to them, I was like, yo, let me do this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a good look for the city. So y'all shouldn't feel no way about this. But, unfortunately, they felt the way about it, and I got to respect their perspective. They looking at business or however they view things, but I look at myself like a business within myself, and I think every battle rapper should. And so when you get booked by a league, you're just doing business with that league. You're just collaborating for that battle. That's how I would like to look at myself at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. They felt like I made a choice. They felt like I chose something over them, you know what I mean? And at this point, I'm pretty sure that that's where they stand. And, that's unfortunate, but, we got to keep it pushing and we got to just do what's best for the culture at this point.
Now, I know that obviously you had the URL situation on the table, and even if they didn't do the LA event, and then you got the King of the Dot situation. I know, being that, you know, you seem to be a very educated brother, read a lot. I'm pretty sure you follow a lot of the culture with, you know, as far as Danny Myers and Rum Nitty and some of the other West Coast battlers. Did you know that probably taking the King of the Dot battle was probably going to be an issue? I mean, I know sometimes the battle rappers want to kind of have their cake and eat it too, or set a standard.
I didn't have to know. They told me.
Okay. So what was it, more just like, yo, it's just the West Coast, this is my chance to put on, I'd rather at least put on in LA, other than going to doing a Born Legacy in New York?
Like I said, it wasn't a choice. It should never be a choice, because like the West Coast, we are like, we treated like the redheaded stepchild. So it's like we never get a good look. We never get big events out here in LA that get respected. Like when I do an event in LA Battlegrounds, people don't respect it. Like they feel like, oh, that's a little small league. You feel me? So the way I looked at it was like I wasn't making a choice over URL. I was making a choice for LA. I was making a choice for our brand and our market out here that deserves big cards and deserves to have big names come out here and battle us in our homeland. No one is ever going to convince me that it only matters out there, bro. It's not going to happen with me. You may be able to convince some other niggas that shit, but me, I'm always an underdog type of nigga that feel like we can build shit from the bottom just like they did if it come down to it. And I would respect it more if they came out here and really put on for the West and really put West Coast duels on big cards and all that, like King of the Dot did. Niggas can say whatever they want about King of the Dot, White Man League, all that shit. All that shit is cool. But look, man, this league came out here and put Geechee Gotti and Saint on the same card as the Source and Averb. That's a good look for them two young brothers, man. And they deserve that look because they're good. And they would never get that look on URL. You feel me? So, me personally, I'm about that. I'm about the culture, the West Coast battle rap culture out here first and foremost. And whatever coincides with that, I'm with it. And that doesn't mean, like I said, I wasn't making the choice to be like, I'm choosing this over y'all, fuck y'all. As a matter of fact, it was the other way around. I said, I'm trying to do this for the city, what y'all think. And then their response was, that don't work for us. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. And that's it.
All right, let me play devil's advocate for a minute, B-Dot, real quick. Do you feel like, honestly, like, you know, you was gonna battle E-Heart on the West Coast, Quinn in the Ring versus the West Coast card. You got the Daylight battle, you got the Danny Myers battle, you got the Cortez battle. Do you feel like your style will travel on the East Coast?
Do I feel like my style will travel?
Yeah, do you feel like you can get off like you've been getting off in LA and you pretty much been like the talk of the year in so many respects, kind of, now I don't want to say coming out of nowhere, because you really kind of like was putting on in 2015, but this year.
Let me ask you this. Do you think I'm talented?
No doubt.
So talent should shine in any region, right? It shouldn't matter where you at. Like, you should be able to drop me in the middle of Afghanistan, and if you hear me rapping, you should be able to say, that brother's nice at rapping, right?
Right, I agree with that.
Okay, so it's like, so what you're really trying to ask me is, do I think the URL New York crowd would fuck with me? That's what you're really trying to ask me. And at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like if they wouldn't fuck with me, it would be purposefully to hate, because the question would be, would my bars translate? Let me ask you this. URL is the gun bar stage, right? The tough nigga stage, right? What did I do Saturday night?
I mean, you were talking that street shit, no doubt.
So, like, I feel like, I don't know, you tell me, man. I respect your opinion. You one of the top bloggers and analysts. You tell me, with that whole approach, that whole style, shit, I feel like that shit will work on URL. I feel like the shit I was saying in the bars I was using is right up that URL lane. You feel me? So if I were to go out there and they wouldn't accept me, then I just feel like I would just have to blame it on the biasness, because in terms of the bars and everything, I would hope that it's all hip hop and it's all love, and with somebody dope. You know what I'm saying? And even if we having the conscious conversation, 90% of my fan base is from New York. The whole conscious community, being conscious and being pro-black, that's a New York thing. That's a Harlem thing. You feel me? Like, everybody know that. So my fan base is in New York, and they don't even like battle rap. They just like what I do. So if I was to go to New York, I'll probably have more fans in the building than my opponent would.
Okay. I just want to know your thoughts on that, because I know you talked a lot about putting on from the West, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't have anything to do with just wondering whether or not niggas in the East will accept you. But I do feel like if you talented, and it is what it is. Let me see. Let me get you out of here on this. I saw you and Averb, man. Averb posted something, a little face-off between y'all two. Is that a possibility down the road, man?
Yeah, I feel like it's a strong possibility. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not, man? People want to, people trying to say Verb is falling off or he's slacking, but I think that I bring the best out of people, man. Or I would hope that I would, and I feel like I brought the best Danny Myers. I felt like I don't know if that's the best Cortez ever, but I mean, shit, one of the best Cortez we've seen in a long time. I feel like, especially at first round. So, I would think the same with Verb. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I think people know that I'm different, and they got to kind of go in an extra bag. So I would be excited about that battle because I feel like we would get a really, really, really good Verb, and then hopefully I would do well as well, and then we would have a fire classic battle, man. So I'm looking forward to it. It's not etched in stone yet. You know, he's the vet. You know what I'm saying? He'll call the shot. He'll make the move, and then I'll respond to it. You know, if that's something that he want to do.
Okay. It seemed like he might be with it because he was the one that actually posted it that I saw. So it just seemed like maybe he was trying to get feedback from the fans. But I appreciate that.
Where he posted that?
Oh, he posted on in the King of the Dot group in the Facebook group. So I guess he was trying to just see what the buzz was for a potential matchup.
Yeah, okay.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the time. If it ain't Verb, is there another name you still want to battle Chilla, or you just trying to look at somebody else right now?
Yeah, I'm not really, I don't really have, no targets. I just kind of feel like I just want to keep showing that I can do this, you know what I'm saying? Like when they said Chilla, I never thought of Chilla, but when they said Chilla, I said, yeah, let's do it. So it's like, if somebody, it could be anybody, like somebody could say anybody right now, and I'll probably be like, yeah, shit, why not? Let me show that I can do this because, I did watch your blog, so I want to address this. Okay. You even said you feel like I'm the type of battler that's only going to take battles against people I know I can angle with, but I'm trying to prove that I will create an angle for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you could just have a bowl of names, and you could just pull out a name. And if you give me enough time, I feel like I can create an angle for that person. So I want to show that I can do that, man. So we'll see what these leagues is talking about. Like I said, I'm still hopeful and open to URL. If not, then it's cool. King of the Dot, if they holler at me again, it's cool. And then of course LABG, if they holler at me and try to put something together, then we'll do that. Whoever it may be, I just want to show that I can still cook no matter what. And I don't want to have a target and keep making y'all think that I picked that person and all that. So we'll see, bro. I'm looking forward to it though.
All right, my dude. Thanks for the time, man. Sign me and the Unbiased fans out, man.
You already know what it is. It's B.God checking in with my boy Chris Unbiased. Shout out to the whole Unbiased group movement and all y'all that support me, even all y'all that hate me. I love all y'all, man. And stay tuned, man. We're gonna keep cooking.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, no doubt, bro. Appreciate you.
All
Peace.
Right. Yeah, you have it, man. It's B.Dot. Be on the lookout for him in his battle with Cortez, dropping soon. If you ain't got the pay-per-view, definitely need to cop it. It was definitely a dope battle, man. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a little bit with Cortez, too. He kind of feels like he made B.Dot switch up his style. I see some people saying 2-1 Cortez. I got Cortez winning the first round. And I got B.Dot winning the last two. If you watch my recap, if you haven't, that's how I call it. But there you have it, man. Just wanted to bring that interview to y'all, man. Subscribe to the channel. Holla at your boy.